What is up everyone, Ducky O'Brien here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a gameplay preview of Not For Broadcast. Not For Broadcast was developed by NotGames, published by tinyBuild, and was released on January 30th, 2020 into early access with the MSRP of $14.99 on Steam. Now, this game took me by surprise, I'm going to be honest. I wasn't really expecting much. It was a, as you can tell, it has full motion video. It's an FMV game where you're kind of playing the role of someone in control of a news broadcast station, and it gets a little bit wild. I'm not gonna lie. At the end, there's 3 chapters, so you get 3 segments, and it ends with kind of a huge cliffhanger. But let's get into it. I'm gonna bring up the volume a little bit. It was a little too loud. So I kind of loaded up a save point after the first tutorial level, so you can kind of see what the game is like. There are these segments where you kind of pick and choose your own story mode, pretty much. So here, you find some mail. There we go. You are Alex Winston. You're married to Sam Winston, and you have 2 kids. Okay. And then, I ask you some questions. I would get to work immediately. That's what I would do. Colleague has some confidential information. I would recommend they report it. I wouldn't rat on him, but... Alright. Yes, I would work extra late. Nice day with friends and family. I'm about to retire. Let's go over the good times. And then in my spare time, I like doing things alone. I didn't really have the option I wanted, which was, let me lower the sound a little bit, which was to do literally nothing. I would like that in my vacation. Also, for me, I think the most important thing for a government is freedom. Freedom for the peoples. Alright, so it's gonna get to the broadcast segment pretty soon, but in between you get these little narrative elements here. So you see your brother-in-law comes in and he has a pretty big problem. He wants your passport so he can go and get his money safe. And of course, I'm gonna say no. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, this game is pretty hard for the broadcast stuff. There's a lot of things to keep track of. So you can look around.
Let's get set up and get on with it, so I can get back to my guests. First of all, let's get the power on.
So you got the power for all of your things here.
You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they?
Okay. I don't want to play their stuff. Actually, I really don't have a choice. Okay.
Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again, and the vision mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These 2 buttons at the bottom of the vision mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of of seconds you have to make your decision. Provided you make a decision in that time, you're fine. And you can change your mind as much as you want until the clock reaches 0. But if you don't make any decision, you'll be fired before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So like with the adverts, choose carefully.
No,
And
for
we're
my
off.
sister's kid.
Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
Got one of those. My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs
So you
have their
got
own
the
secret
live
life?
broadcast in the center screen. You can control the volume with this. The broadcast volume is here on this screen. You got your different angles.
It's time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's National Night
Good evening.
News.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Good evening.
So this is a little bit jarring.
Destination unknown tonight. At the end of advance's first full week in office, at the end of advance's exactly who's leading this charge. We ask exactly tonight. I'll be discussing what the new future may hold. With the leading economist and radical free thinkers. With the leading economist, with the country's wealth creators in a state of panic. With the country's wealth unfavorable rumblings. Already heard from unfavorable rumblings. I'll be asking my guesses whether advance will deliver on even a fraction. Whether advance will deliver on even a fraction of their manifesto promises. Remington's fist have appointed Sophia Remington's fist as their new CEO. Remington. The following photo taken from our archive. The following photo gives us a sense of this influential young fireman. Gives us a sense of this at the tender age of 23, who becomes the youngest female CEO. Becomes the youngest female CEO. Sophia Remington's appointment is a risk for the giant mega corporation. Is a risk for the giant mega corporation. As our regular viewers will be aware. Sophia has always been a wild child. Has been romantically linked to several movie stars and sports personalities. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Sophia promises it will be all the rage this Christmas. Sophia promises but concerns have been raised about the product safety. Concerns have been raised about the product safety. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Ward, marine biologist David Ward, and marine biologist Ingrid have today set off to Morgan's Ford.
So I'm gonna mute it real quick. This game does a really good job of kind of giving you how much the public's perception of certain people or topics can change depending on how you display stuff. So I think the game does a really good job of that because it shows both extremes. It doesn't really show the middle of the road. It's like, oh, this is really good or this is really bad. And it kind of messes with your mind a little bit. It made me think a lot because you can make more money if you play the right adverts. So the Snuggle Hugs toy they're talking about, if you play a later broadcast, you find out that it actually blinded kids. So if you had played the ad for it, more people would have bought it and you get more money. With the money you can upgrade your gear to make your broadcast easier to like have the automated censor. That's pretty cool. And stuff like that. So I think it's a lot of things to think about, really. So that's why I really enjoy this game here.
How afraid should we actually be? How afraid should we actually be around the country? To talk with people who've seen around the justice system, to talk with people who've seen the justice system, with more and more people saying they're scared to walk the streets alone at night, saying they're scared to walk the streets alone at night. Could this be exactly the right time? All that is new approach. A mega move with a group of young actors, already experiencing the young actors, already experiencing the positive side first. The new assets. They'll be talking and performing later. They'll be talking. That's all coming up on tonight. Later.
I gotta switch to screen 3 on the countdown. Also, this is a little mini game here. This kind of represents pointing the satellite in the right direction so that you have a strong signal. If you hit these green lines, you get interference on the screen and then the rating goes down. Basically, you have to do things right to keep the viewer count going up, and that's how you get your score for the game.
We're talking about advances first week in office. We're talking what the new future holds.
If this is a little bit jarring, I can turn this off for you guys.
Leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels.
So you guys switch to the people when they're addressing them.
What does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves. We're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that advanced
I kind of messed up there, so I lost that ranking.
Unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan.
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd. Ignorant, sterile.
This
and
guy's sort of
short.
like Alex
That's what we want.
Jones.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption. You'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting. Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And
what
this
I-
will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, who will be laughing then?
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know
Foreshadowing.
full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand,
Gotta censor
Jeremy, is
that.
these are the
So
same
you would have heard that
people.
on the live broadcast.
Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a
So
historic
the
budgetary
narrative
surplus,
is
and as
pretty
well as properly
complex.
funding our
Oh, it's gonna be
they're
hard for me to
already
switch
funding
if I don't hear an
unprecedented
audio.
amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
Okay, play ad roll.
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
So, oh, this guy's kind of annoying.
How's it going, actually? Fuck it, I don't care. I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. All right, mate, see you later. Bye.
So basically, you can switch to feed 1. After the ad plays, it will go back to signal 1. But basically, there's this political party that's promising a lot of crazy things, redistributing wealth, taking money from the rich, and giving it to everyone else, kind of equalizing all of that. And there seems to be some conspiracy theories here, and you know, I kind of got chills when I saw the ending, the teaser for chapter 2. Kind of had the same vibes as like a Doctor Who episode, you know, focusing on more of the dystopian aspects of futurisms. But anyways,
Law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social
gonna lower
problem
this.
to the top of the list. This social problem tonight, we go behind the headlines. Tonight, to meet the people who behind the criminal justice system, to meet the people who live every day of their system. First up, we have Gregory Judge. First, a lawyer who sees the problems close up. A lawyer who sees the problems close up. Can you hear me, Gregory? Can you hear me,
Yes,
Gregory?
I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me. Yes, I've got
What's
you,
it
Jeremy.
like on the
Thanks
front
for
line
having
of
me.
the hard face? What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand
Well,
of
as
justice?
you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed
So I
in this
will
country. We're working
lower for
every
the
hour we
sake
can just to
of
try and
the
cope with
YouTube
caseloads
video.
on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem.
Looks like trouble in the house.
Ministers, what are you doing? We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
No, just hang on. The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide.
You have to keep changing camera angles, by the way.
I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
So if you stay on one camera angle too long, you'll lose
The
viewers.
affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
That's not a simple question, Jeremy.
Almost.
but
Oh, I
think it
messed up
comes
there.
down to
Darn
moral
it.
decay.
Darn.
We've diluted our culture
Okay.
and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... Oh, bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, bloody gimps escaped. Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying,
Darn it.
Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to
I'm
be
messing
clear,
up
you
here,
think
but
it's
it's
the
okay.
immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay.
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in his box?
Oh, Clive, you know it's Wednesday. You go back in your gimp space.
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people
Darling,
of this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Oh, Clive, this simply went to naughty boy.
Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy,
It's biting satire
As I was saying, Jeremy,
for
moral decay.
on and
Crime
against
is the
literally
responsibility of
almost
the criminal,
everyone.
No one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us. And finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted, it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary, and menacing a swap. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me
gonna-
Titwank Tony. Everybody else does. Call me Titwank
No, I'm
Tony.
not going to be
Everybody
doing that.
else does.
The
Can you
beep.
tell us what's like in prison, Tony? Can you tell us
Titwank
what's like
Tony.
in prison, Tony?
Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, bag. It's a constant battle against institutionalisation. It's a constant battle against institutionalisation. And obviously, Titwank's quite hard to come by. And obviously,
I'm picking up the
quite
general
hard to
alone
come
there,
by.
Tony. I'm picking up the
Titwank,
general alone there, Tony.
Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party.
Okay, well, we're
Good bunch
trying
of
to get
lads.
back to that party as soon as possible. Trying to get back to that party. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony? Helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez. Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification. I think asking that is an oversimplification.
Sounds like it's getting quite busy there. Sounds like it's getting quite busy. Let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris. Yeah, all the boys are here. Little Chris. Big Chris. And Vampire Chris. Little Chris. And
Vampire Chris.
One sec, love. Titwank Tony's on the news. One sec, love. Titwank is on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system. Rehabilitation's difficult. Just not set up for it, you know. It's inherently unjust. inherently.
You have to switch to a reaction shot every once in a while.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this now?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy. Has only got Mr. Fancy.
God, there's so much to censor.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time. It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal there, Tony. Seem to be losing the signal there, Tony. Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. Tony? Tony, I mean, we literally wasted 2 seconds. How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear me? How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear me?
Oh, I guess you're supposed to stay on this screen.
Hopefully you, at home, hopefully in a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. After the break, Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
Ad roll.
Back, everybody.
Oh man, like.
Long and I'm quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the vision mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't, though. You won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip: when the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might.
This part is ridiculous.
I'm sure he's on his way.
Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be?
This is on you. 10 seconds, everybody.
Welcome back. Megan
We're going to open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolf, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me. Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks,
Maths is really important.
It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle believed.
I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences and they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play.
Oh my goodness.
Right, to put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah? Because in a way, she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like, maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Got it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then, Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all
Oops.
guess.
Oh, I was not paying attention there.
Do you know
Whoopsies.
it's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician.
It's so hard to keep track of everything. Mad respect to people who do it
We did used to watch
in real
that
life.
Peter Clement's DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Oh my god, this is... it's so bad.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi, Gary.
Oh, heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father? Violent father.
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Just keep going for fuck's sake.
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? Oh, my arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going.
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist, and you're just a sad little girl with two gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team.
Yeah!
And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
But I can't find all three of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face.
I don't understand how you're supposed to edit with the music.
I could be you. She could be you.
Oh.
And you could be me.
Or you could be me.
Life can be peachy keen if you work as a team.
It's my choice to be mean. So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
This is so bad.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cruel laps. I'm a mother loving rebel, but I still love maths.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum for dinner, he had to wait. Where's my dinner?
It's not ready!
Where's my dinner, woman?
Go!
Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen
Oh, I think I changed too much.
Yeah.
if you work as a team.
I still don't understand what's going on here.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News.
Oh.
Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
And ad roll.
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe
You can censor it.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
Oh man, yeah, this game, it's great. It's kind of challenging, but the scoring system again is based on making sure the camera angle is on the person who's talking. They give you some tips like don't linger on a scene for more than 10 seconds. You can cut to a reaction scene, but don't linger on a reaction scene for more than 3 seconds. It's just a little bit there, always changing the angles and whatnot. Not bad, a B. Dull editing. Yeah, I don't really know how to get past the music part. I'll figure that out, but let's go.
Hello, mate. I see they've got the store back. That's great. I love fucking shopping.
So as you can see here, you got items. You can repair stuff. You can get decorations. You can get toys. You can get the satellite, which makes it. I wish you can make this guy be quiet.
Just buy really cool stuff to put around the studio. Right, mate. And the final thing you gotta know, if you want to buy something, you just click on it and it go ka-ching. Nah, but there's no refunds. No refunds. So take care, make sensible decisions. Don't be like that.
So, you know, you got the auto sensor, difference filter, whatever. There's a lot of things, but they're more expensive, so, you know, you gotta save up a lot. But after you're done, you can kind of rewatch your broadcast. You can look at the rushes, which is all 4 of the feeds at the same time, and you can watch all of the advertisements. So, this game, it took me by surprise. Again, there's some crazy conspiracy story going on. Can't speak right now, but yeah, it's wild. I got some chills at the end of the chapter with the teaser for chapter 2. But yeah, there you have it. Not for broadcast is out in early access right now if you want to check it out. I didn't play through the last chapter, and I obviously didn't show the first one, but there you have it. The game is like this. If this looks appealing to you, I think it's definitely worth checking out. It's something new. I think it's well done. It's a lot of fun. It's very challenging, and I kind of like this because this is related to what I used to do a lot of, not live broadcasts, but you know, doing a lot of video work and all of this stuff. And like, you know, in the world of content creation, your income solely comes from advertising, like people playing advertisements on your content or sponsorships. So it kind of makes you think about, you know, the need to make your sponsors and the advertising companies happy versus, you know, just all this undue influence on public perception on things, you know. Anyways, on that note, it's a lot to think about. I think it's something to think about more as we go towards this dystopian future where pretty much everything's gonna be free and just supported by ads. So I don't know. It's a little disconcerting. Anyways, on that note, thank you so much for dropping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, or things you would like to see, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And as always, catch you guys next time.